Good morning. This morning we're going to make some healthy egg muffins for breakfast. And we're going to use some of the vegetables that I had in the refrigerator that are fresh. Feel free to alter the recipe with some of your own. We have some nice fresh spinach, and these are seedless sweet peppers. And this is some small zucchini that I had left over from another recipe. This is shallots, of course. Some tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, or any kind that you might have. I have some shredded carrots. I'm using Tabasco sauce, chipotle flavor, seasoning with a little dill, basil, and pepper. And then I have some shredded cheese. This is cheddar, but use what you like or what you have. And I have 2 extra egg whites besides these here. So we're going to put this together in some muffin tins. Now you can use the regular small muffin tins, just use smaller amounts of the ingredients that I'm going to show you now. I'm using the super jumbo ones. These have been, this muffin tin has been used so many times. It looks a little rough, but it still does the job. First thing we're going to do is take some Pam, because there's just not much fat in this. And we're going to have to spray each one of the tins, and make sure that it has some spray all over it. Let's start by taking the spinach. I usually put the spinach in the bottom of the pan. Whatever vegetables you have, maybe you had some leftovers from this week, use what you have. It's the whole beauty of this. And I'm just going to chop the spinach leaves up a little bit, because then they're just nice little bits in your egg muffin rather than a big spinach leaf. But this will work okay. So we're just going to put a pinch of the chopped up spinach in each one of these. And then, alright, so there's a little bit in the bottom of each one, spread out pretty evenly. Then we have some shredded carrots, so we'll put a little bit of that in there. I like the carrots because of the color too. I took out enough of the cherry or grape tomatoes here so that we could put, I'm going to cut them in half. And I'm going to place like 1.5 in each of the tins. That way everybody gets a little tomato. This is a breakfast that you can say you're getting a healthy start to the day, right? Beautiful. Alright, we have 3 halves in each. Now I have these little tiny zucchini pieces here. I think rather than put in a whole slice, we'll just cut these in half. These were left from a recipe that we made on the pasta channel, Pasta Word. I'll put the link in my description and you can go visit. Alright, so you have a nice pile of halves. And we're just going to put a little bit of each of the zucchini pieces into each tin. Stacking up nice. Now if you have a meat lover in your family, you can add some already cooked sausage or bacon or something like that. But today we're keeping it vegetarian. But today we're going to stick with the veggies. And then you can also serve bacon or sausage or something on the side of this breakfast if you have somebody who really wants meat. Alright, we're going to take these peppers. Now this says sweet seedless peppers. So we're just, how easy can that get? And they're so nice and fresh. Listen, I like these. And I buy these by the bag in Wegmans. But I'm sure you can get these kind of peppers that are not hot almost anywhere. All right. Cut these pretty thin because they will cook better that way. Separate all the rings. Or Alright, we're going to spread the peppers around too. A little more color in there. Nice red, green, orange. You've been beautiful. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to add a little bit of the shallots. Alright, I'm just going to use 2 small pieces of shallots because these are pretty strong for that amount of eggs, for that amount of servings. So let's just put a couple slices in each. Alright. Just separate the slices a little bit and make sure that each of the cups has some of the shallot flavoring in too. Next I'm going to add a little shredded cheese to each one of the cups. See why I use the big cups here? Because I can't fit everything into a small cup that I really want to. Add all the rest of that cheese. This was about a half a cup of cheese that I divided among. Alright, then I have some basil that's, you know, I have some basil that's already chopped. It's not a fresh leaf, but it's very moist and it's a very nice addition to cooking. I don't know if you've ever seen these containers in the store, Gourmet Garden, but I use them a lot because the convenience, it's already chopped and it's nice and fresh. It smells so good. Also, one of my other favorite spices with eggs is dill when I'm making eggs. So we're going to sprinkle some dill into each one. Now I could take all the herbs and mix them into the eggs, but this way I'm sure that each one of the muffin tins will have a nice amount of dill and basil. I'm going to give them all a little pepper. Fresh ground pepper. You can add salt if you want to, but I don't want to. And then I'm going to take some Tabasco sauce, and this is chipotle flavored. This has become our favorite hot sauce in the house right now. So we're going to add a couple drops. A little shake. I know that we'll probably add some to the top after we get them out. Chipotle seems like it would be really hot, but it's just really delicious. Okay, that looks like the amount that I like to have in there. Okay. And now we're going to mix up the eggs. Okay, now I have 8 eggs here on the counter. All right, let's get cracking. I am going to use the 2 egg whites because that helps to fluff it a little bit more. Now, making 6 of these, if you don't have 6 people to eat these, you can freeze them and use them and just pull them out of your freezer for breakfast another day. Okay, this gives us about 2 cups of egg mixture. You can use a mixer or beater or whisk, whatever you like. But what we're trying to do here is top these off so that they have a nice amount in each cup with all those vegetables. So let's bring it down here. Let's see what we can do with this. Pour it in. Give it a chance to sink down. Pour a little bit in each one, and then you can level it out with what you have left. You might have thought that was going to be a lot of eggs to use, but guess what? We'll just spread out what we have left here. Alright, I've preheated the toaster oven here. I'm using the Kasoori toaster oven, which is also an air fryer oven. It's set for 28 minutes, and that's at 375 degrees. We'll be back to check on it. They're looking good. The eggs are still cooking here. We have about 6 minutes left on the timer. Should be just about right. Okay, look at this. Look how nice they puffed up. Little soufflés. They look nice. One more minute and we'll get them out and take a look. Alright, here it is. Wow, don't they look good? Alright, I'm going to loosen them all the way around. It's not like taking a muffin out because there's not a lot of fat in there to keep it from sticking. So I'm going to loosen the edges of all of them, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to use 2 spoons to lift them out. Sorry, my hand's in your vision. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Woo! That's a nice muffin. Egg muffin. Alright, here comes another one. Ooh. Look at the layers of goodies in there. Ooh, and there's a third. Alright. We're going to stop at this, and then I'm going to show you what they look like inside. Wow. Wow, they're gorgeous. Alright, I'd like to let these cool a little bit, but I'm going to cut one open and show you what it looks like inside. It's nice and fluffy. I can tell that by the way it's cutting. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at the vegetables. You can see all the things that we put in, the spinach, tomatoes, zucchini, the onions are in there, some of the shallots, and the cheese. Nice and fluffy. Wow. I have to take a taste. See, using the extra egg whites really helped it get fluffy too. Ooh, that's nice. Wow, that fresh basil was such a good idea. That really made a big difference in the taste of these eggs. Okay, try this if you have some leftover vegetables or some of your favorites, and make a beautiful egg muffin for your breakfast.